Do you recognize that tight feeling across your chest when worry sets in? That overactive mind refusing to quiet down at bedtime? That perpetual concern for the future that robs your present? Suppose I share with you that three basic words possess the ability to erase anxiety immediately when it emerges. This phrase is so impactful that brain scientists have examined its neurological effects, with findings that will permanently transform your stress management. Though before revealing this expression, I'm asking you to act without delay. Hit the subscribe button and activate notifications, as what follows might distinguish between perpetual anxiety and authentic mental tranquility. Build upon collections of university research, globally and publicly distributed health education materials. This video aims to provide modern information especially relevant for people over 60. Now then, I'd like to ask you something genuine. How many of your days have been dedicated to fretting over circumstances that never came to pass? How many magnificent moments passed you by as your consciousness remained stuck in either an invented future or a distressing past? The fact remains that anxiety doesn't inhabit the current moment. This cannot happen. Anxious feelings constantly revolve around either future scenarios or past experiences. It draws energy from temporal zones that aren't real at this moment. And this is precisely when the shift occurs. The expression that eliminates anxiety is nothing more than, I am here now. Simply 3 words. 9 letters. Endless capability. As you speak these words with genuine consciousness, something extraordinary occurs neurologically. Studies employing functional brain imaging indicate that present-moment consciousness swiftly reduces the amygdala's activity, where fear resides, while simultaneously elevating the prefrontal cortex's function, which handles reasoning and emotional management. Yet this transcends simple brain biochemistry. This means rescuing your life from the rule of illusory threats. Give this some thought. In this particular moment, are you safe? Not regarding tomorrow, not concerning next week, not within those pre-dawn mental fabrications. This very second, the answer usually turns out to be yes. Currently, you're breathing. Right now, you're safe. This very second, you contain everything needed for a present moment existence. The bulk of people over 60 possess years of compiled stressful thoughts. We've seen enough to recognize that adverse situations can arise. We've undergone loss, dissatisfaction, and wellness obstacles. As a result of this history, our minds grow overly watchful, continuously seeking the next potential hazard. This is what those in psychology identify as anticipatory anxiety, and it's incredibly tiring. It's comparable to competing in a marathon while remaining stationary. Your body fails to recognize the distinction between real hazards and imaginary ones. While stressing over tomorrow's health appointment, your pulse rate rises, blood pressure surges. Stress chemicals flood through you, precisely as if the danger were happening currently. This persistent stress doesn't merely feel horrible. It genuinely hastens aging and diminishes your immune function. Something remarkable emerged from Harvard research studies. As individuals consistently practice present awareness, their systems generate reduced cortisol, the main stress chemical, and increased DHA, frequently termed the longevity hormone. Simply by returning your focus to the present, you're actually selecting wellness over illness, tranquility over turmoil. I'd like to relate a narrative that exemplifies this wonderfully. A man named Robert, age 72 years, dedicated his days to being consumed by heart-related anxiety. Each morning found him awakening to pulse-checking, sensation-watching, persuaded each day could be his end. His spouse observed him vanishing into this anxiety prison until one afternoon in his garden, a butterfly landing on a nearby flower caught his attention. For just a few seconds, his mind went completely quiet. He wasn't worried about his heart. He wasn't contemplating the future. He was simply observing this butterfly, fully present right then, and right then he perceived something profound. His worry wasn't securing him. It was impeding his capacity to truly exist. From then onward, each instant anxiety manifested, he affirmed himself, I am here now, and redirect his consciousness to something in his immediate setting, a particular sound, some feeling, his respiratory rhythm. Through time, this uncomplicated practice reshaped his existence more significantly than any medication. Right now, I'm asking you to halt this video for only 5 seconds and test this yourself. Pronounce aloud, I am here now. Perceive your physical presence in the seat. Perceive the air making contact with your skin. Become aware of sounds in your vicinity. Observe how rapidly your worry subsides when you truly become present. This doesn't involve positive affirmations or denial. This is something far more powerful. It's reality. The present is the only time frame that truly exists. Everything else is memory or imagination. As you perceive this completely, not just intellectually but viscerally, anxiety's dominance over you ends. You see you've been suffering regarding situations that aren't real at this instant. And before we go further, I need you to help me spread this message. Comment with a number 1 if this makes sense to you, or 0 if you're questioning it. Your involvement helps this video get to others who desperately require these insights. At this juncture, let's consider how to implement this phrase effectively, particularly when anxiety is strong. The essential element isn't using it as an instrument to fight anxiety, trying to eliminate the anxious feelings. Rather, use it as a centering tool, a tender nudge to come back to this moment. As you recognize anxiety escalating, pause. Breathe in gently. Articulate I am here now, either out loud or internally. Next, engage your sensory perception. What meets your eyes? What sounds are present? What tactile sensations exist? This uncomplicated practice stops the anxiety cycle before it intensifies. Brain research shows that complete presence and complete anxiety cannot coexist. These are incompatible states. Presence disperses anxiety the way light disperses shadows, not by resisting, but merely by being present. For people over 60, this practice is uniquely valuable since we commonly carry not only current anxieties, but also collected worry from years of life challenges. We might worry about health, about finances, about our children or grandchildren, about losing independence. These represent legitimate concerns, but fretting over them provides no solutions. It only prevents us from enjoying the good moments we still have. Action provides solutions. Presence grants us serenity. Worry achieves neither. Here's the transformative power of this phrase. It acts immediately, demands no payment, creates no unwanted effects, and functions anywhere, whenever. Thus, here's the challenge I'm presenting. Whenever you perceive anxiety forming, implement the phrase, I am here now. Say it with awareness. Re-engage your senses. And this is my ask for you right now.